Hello, this is Mama Jess. So I wanted to show you a trick of how to clean a stovetop. You can also clean iron skillets that are really greasy and gunky, barnacled food on it. You take a credit card and they are the perfect scrapers. So I'm going to scrape it all up real good. I'll probably get a paper towel to gather it up, and then I'll proceed to clean with like a Bon Ami, any kind of light grit, baking soda, a cleaner. But it's always helpful just to get the most chunky mass of debris with a credit card. Or any kind of card like this. One that's expired, clearly. So rather than just drench it in some kind of super toxic oven cleaner, stove cleaner thing, try to avoid those. I do almost all natural stuff and it works perfectly well without poisoning my lungs and my body. You really want to utilize water with a grease cutter, a natural grease cutter. So I make my own cleaner and I use baking soda. I just sift it on. Baking soda is alkaline and it has a little grit, and any kind of alkalinity cuts the grease. Okay, so I put enough water and baking soda and a little bit of, you can even use a little dish soap to cut that grease. And you just let it kind of sit and marinate a little bit, and it's going to do its job, okay? So I let this sit while I go over to the other side. I always use one of the green, I think they're called Brillo pads. And I can still take my credit card and just pick up anything else that's really stuck on. But I don't recommend using a regular old sponge that doesn't have some kind of abrasion on it. But you got to be careful. You don't want it to be so abrasive. I'm kind of nervous to use something like this. I feel like that might be a little too abrasive because you don't want to scratch the stovetop. Yeah, so just let it kind of sit, do its job, pass through, try to scrub it up. And it might need to sit for a while to soften up the old burnt, crusted, greasy food. I make a lot of cheese on this stovetop, and I can get quite a bit of burnt on milk. And I love fried potatoes, so that grease can splatter about. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's all right if there's a little bit that's left behind. I'm going to use a paper towel to pick up the majority of moisture and grease. I don't use a lot of paper towels when I clean. It's just an extra expense. But sometimes it's useful during certain cleaning projects to have some. And then I'll take a regular washcloth and clean the last of it. I just take a cloth with some warm water and I just clean the rest of the goop. Generally, it's best to be cleaning the stovetop more regularly because the more heat that hits old, greasy food spills, the more it gets caked on and baked on, and that's problematic. All right, that looks a lot better. Feels good. Ta-da! All right. Have a great day. Go tackle something that clearly needs to be cleaned, and it's going to make you feel a lot better. All right. I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.